If the market doesn't clearly understand what your company does, attracting the right buyers or potential customers becomes much harder than it should be.
Welcome to the LifeStages Development Podcast, where host and owner of LifeStages Development, Steve Schamberger, brings you stories, experiences, and advice in business development and marketing. Now here's Steve with today's episode.
A pattern we see across many businesses is frustration around growth. The company's capable, the team does strong work, clients who engage usually stay, and many of them refer others. But the flow of new opportunities still feels slower than expected. When we look closely, the issue is rarely effort or capability. More often it comes down to how the market understands the company. Many companies assume growth starts when a sales conversation begins. And that seems right because if the sales team is strong and the proposal clearly communicates the value, the right buyers should eventually say yes. But before a buyer or potential customer reaches out, they're already forming an impression of your company. They might see a video about your company, hear your name mentioned, or see a project you completed. None of those moments feel like a buying decision, but they are shaping how the buyer understands who you are as a company. Over time, your marketing starts forming a picture in the customer's mind. Those early impressions determine whether that customer decides to start a conversation in the first place. When the market doesn't understand what your company does or why it matters, your company can feel invisible even when doing excellent work. This is the frustration many leadership teams experience. The capability's there, but the market recognition's inconsistent. Let's break it down. Perception builds trust, and trust drives revenue. Before a customer ever reaches out, they're deciding whether a company is credible or capable. They want to know if the company has experience solving the kind of problem that they need addressed. Marketing plays an important role in shaping that perception. As perception becomes clearer, trust begins to build, and familiarity grows too. After this, customers are naturally more comfortable speaking with companies they recognize. When a customer has encountered your company several times, the first meeting doesn't begin with introductions, it begins with the problem that needs to be solved. When you develop your marketing around perception driving revenue, marketing and sales start working together differently. Marketing isn't simply about activity or visibility, it's about clarity. And clarity builds familiarity, and familiarity reduces uncertainty. And as uncertainty drops, trust develops more naturally. Then sales can build on that foundation. Instead of introducing the company from scratch, the sales team can immediately focus on understanding the customer's situation and determining whether the company is the right fit. When those two roles align, customers arrive with context. Conversations move faster, and decisions become easier. Over time, companies that manage perception well are more established in their markets. Customers don't need to discover them, they already know who they are. Growth starts with how clearly the market understands your company. When perception is clear, trust develops more naturally. When trust exists, the path to revenue becomes much shorter. The sequence is simple, but it explains why some companies consistently attract the right buyers while others struggle to be noticed. Remember, great businesses aren't built by accident. We share ideas like this regularly for leadership teams trying to clarify their brand, strengthen trust with the market, and make growth more predictable. If this conversation was helpful for you and you're thinking through similar challenges inside your business, you can learn more about what we do at LifeStagesDevelopment.com. Also, feel free to subscribe so you don't miss any future conversations.
Thank you for listening to the LifeStages Development Podcast. Follow us on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Instagram. And check out our website, LifeStagesDevelopment.com, for ways to work together.